Hello and welcome to the Ant-Man channel on this Tuesday, the 19th of November 2013. And if I didn't look at the date, I would have said 17th. It's weird that I don't get it, man. I don't even watch that much TV. How do I have that short of memory loss? Just kidding. But anyways, I have an article in front of me from WND.com. It is under the column commentary, and it is very appropriate and suitable for today. It is written by Joseph Farah, and it is called Between the Lines, America's Last Chance. Exclusive Joseph Farah has pointed questions as he marks Gettysburg anniversary. So I'll get into it. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but 150 years ago today, Abraham Lincoln delivered these words on the battlefield of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, where more than 51,000 Americans sacrificed their lives in the name of freedom. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, but in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men living and dead who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people shall not perish from the earth. That's very sobering to read, man. I don't think anyone gives a damn anymore about our country, and it's sad because this is the final frontier, you guys. If liberty dies in our country, where can we run? We can't run anywhere. And if anyone thinks that's funny, good for you, man. You're gonna be one of the idiots that are caught up in all of the things that are being set up for you right now. And in God's eyes, and looking through God's eyes, if I can, I don't have any pity for you, and I'm not going to sympathize with you. That's what you get, man. Whatever comes for us, that's what you get. That's what you asked for. It's sad that I have to sit here like the prophet Jeremiah, though, and warn you and be mocked and be, ridiculed and persecuted for just wanting to warn you about the things that I've read in history, the Bible, all kinds of stuff. Nothing's new under the sun. I love saying that because it's so true. Well, you have something waiting for you, my friend, that are living in sin and that love to just love yourself, really. This is very sobering, man. America has forgotten not just the words uttered by Lincoln, but that America was indeed founded as one nation under God, committed to a new birth of liberty, guided by a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. You think we could have been this great without God and His Word? I don't think so. And if you think so, you're just ignorant, man. You don't know anything. You live in this humanistic postmodern world where, hey, anything goes. And I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of the spirit. I'm not sick of you. You're a person and you're just a puppet. But I'm sick of what you are so influenced by, and that's the devil. We will allow that vision, that dream, that goal to perish. Question mark. Will we allow that vision, that dream, that goal to perish? Will this be the generation of Americans to throw away the very concept of self-government under the rule of law? Well, Generation X, growing up very desensitized, very uneducated. Paideia is what I guess the Greek word for education was. They held it in such high regard to be educated in the days of the Roman Empire. But in our country, education is a secular. It's not an important thing. What's important is being desensitized and totally depraved. Sometimes we need to leave the United States to remember what it represents. Having just returned to the States after nearly 2 weeks outside the country, my perspective today is is from above the clouds, I guess he says. I see America squandering what may be, or may well be, its last chance to hold on to the dream of its founding fathers, of its founders, who sought to do something unique in world history, which they did. They passed the torch to us, and hey, to remove the shackles from the people and place them on the central government in the form of a constitution that clearly guaranteed the rights of the people, limited the powers of Washington, and reserved the powers not clearly enumerated to the federal government to the several states. To preserve that dream, it's no longer enough to restrain further abuses. We must reverse them. We must recapture the spirit of the founders and make ourselves spiritually, morally, and intellectually worthy of self-government. Or we can go the way of the other nations of the world, the fallen empires, the kingdoms, the lands where rulers ruled and the people quivered in fear of their government. Today may seem like any other day in American history, but until Americans awaken from their slumber and reject the path of tyranny, I'm not sure how many more days we have left of the American dream. Well, it's injustice, where, if there's no right and wrong now, then injustice is just. There is no right and wrong. We do whatever is right in our own eyes today. We live in a whatever goes society now. I just read a letter from Billy Graham that came to me today, and he said that, sin, he even quoted this from Isaiah, that sin is so open and it's flaunting in your face nowadays, and it wants to be approved by everybody. It's like people who sin, and Miley Cyrus comes to mind. People who openly sin in front of everybody and think that it's okay and want to be accepted into society as if it's normal. This is called misplaced compassion. We ought to turn a cold shoulder to these people and not show them anything. Not even a bad response, not a good one or a bad one, but just show disapproval through our silence, I think, is the best way to do it. Are you content to be part of the generation of Americans that betrayed the dream and left your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren a nation less than the one into which you were born? Are you content to be part of the generation of Americans that wasn't willing to sacrifice their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor in the name of liberty? Are you content to see America squandering its last chance to hold on to all that made the country great, prosperous, and blessed by God? I am very sad right now to read that, because it's true. Generation X, the kids that we are raising these days, are absolutely out of their mind, stupid. I'm just going to say it for what it is, man. Our kids are stupid. They don't know anything. They don't have any frame of reference of time, history, theology, science, nothing. They're indoctrinated in your public schools nowadays to hate all morality, godliness, faithfulness, all that good stuff, man. Honor. It's all about doing whatever is convenient for your own good nowadays. It's survival of the fittest, bro. We're monkeys. We're apes. Hey. It's funny that if the atheists were so consistent with their theology or whatever they believed in, they don't believe in anything, so I guess it's like an oxymoron to even have a discussion about what atheists believe, because they don't believe in anything. But if they were even consistent in what they actually did believe, wouldn't they celebrate death? Hey, it's less competition. Survival of the fittest. Hey, what if they were the weak link? Maybe they needed to die. Be consistent, atheists. Because if it's one thing I know about the Bible and Christianity, is that we're consistent. And that we endure. Persecute us, my friend. Come at us. Because I already know what's going to happen. It happens time and time again. We will grow. The church will grow. Dude, so come on. Come on, liberals. That's all you got? That's all you got is your sissy pointing your finger in my chest and getting in my space and trying to act tough? That's all you got? That's all you got. Anyways, God bless America. God bless you, and have a good day.